Let's take a look at the chart action for IOI token. Alright, so this token is used to buy NFTs on Trade Race Manager, which is a new game that I've been kind of checking out. In my next video, I'll do a video more about the game, but for now let's check out the token that you buy the NFTs with. So this is kind of like, we're zoomed out right now on the daily time frame, and here's what I'm looking at. We already kind of hit the target on this pattern that I'm looking at. We have a bottom and a top, something like that. Resistance, 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 support, support. Let's do a channel pattern real quick. We already hit this channel, like we already hit the target for this in my opinion, but let me just show you kind of what I was looking at, or what I'm kind of how I got here. We got a channel pattern, something like that. We got a breakout to the upside right here. It kind of looks like we hit that target. We didn't hit it perfectly, but it looks like we came up pretty good, and then we started trending down. What I'm looking at now, let's go ahead and delete that because that's already pretty much done. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. We had a run up like this, and then it looks like we're getting some resistance up here and trending down. So what I would do is do a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top. What I did is actually bought the 50% level at around $4.07, and you can see that we had resistance right here, and then we had resistance, resistance, resistance. There's a couple different trend lines that I'm looking at. We have a downtrend like this, and then we also have like a top trend, maybe something like that, in my opinion. And then we also have support, support. Let's do another bottom trend line while we're at it. Let's do something like that. In my opinion, I think we're trading in this channel pattern, something like that. We did have a trend line going to the downside, and we broke it to the upside. I think this was a bullish signal. We're also above the 9 moving average right here, this blue line, or the green line now, should I say. And I think this is also a bullish signal. My next target, or what I'm looking at targeting, is around 5.13 approximately, this trend line up here. Let's see if we could break through that, or if we're going to get rejected and keep bouncing in between these two trend lines, something like that. Let's go ahead and delete everything, and let's redo the trend lines, maybe this and this makes it a little bit cleaner. So in general, I think we're doing something like this. I do like that we broke this downtrend though. We had a downtrend like this. We didn't break this support line, and we broke up instead of breaking down, so that's a good signal in my opinion. Like I said, let's check out this level. If we could break this one, then we have a little wick up here. The all-time high is around 5.95. So a couple things that we do have to be aware of though, if we kind of zoom out, we are in some like all-time high territories. We have this big run up, so like right now we're kind of sitting like higher than there's some potential downside, should I say. And if we kind of look at the pattern that we're kind of forming, it almost looks like a possible head and shoulders as well. If we break this trend line going to the downside, what I would do is probably target from the top to the bottom of that and drag that to the breakout, and I'd be looking at a target of approximately 2.73. So if this starts heading back down and we break this trend line going to the downside, it's possible that we trade in this for a while and then break up, or I don't know. That's just what I'm looking at. If we do something like this though, that's very possible, and then we break that to the downside, this would be the head and shoulders. There's one shoulder, the head, and then the shoulder. I guess one thing we could look at is the support right here and the support right here. We have an uptrend going to the upside like this. Maybe use this uptrend as a signal if we're continuing to head up to this target, or if we break it going to the downside, maybe we're starting to come down to this one. In general, like I said, I think I might try to accumulate or trade this coin, and maybe try to buy one of the NFTs or one of the cars, because you could play for free, but if you buy one of the cars, you get a multiplier, kind of like you make more money if you win the races. The game is pretty cool. I'll show you on the next video. So if you guys want to check that out, click this video right here and we'll get into it.